Jess from Capella Wellness, here to help you step into your truth and start into your power. For those of you who have never been here before, welcome. Thank you so very much for being here for the first time. I'm so glad you are here. For those of you who are returning, thanks for coming back. I appreciate you very much. And to my Capella members, you guys are the best. My clients, you guys are the best. My Capella Soul Tribe, my Capella Circle. I don't know what I'd do without you guys. If you're interested in joining, check out the description box below to look through the different tiers for Capella memberships. All right, guys, so I've been away. I had to retrieve the rest of my stuff in Virginia, and family helped me do that, and I'm completely moved out of the mid-Atlantic now. So I closed a huge door to that and drove a huge cargo van 17 hours on my own, and I had one of my clients as one of my companions. She was giving me company along the drive, so thank you to her. You know who you are. I'm very grateful. Anyway, I'm back here in Florida and getting back to do some things. There have been things going on as well. There's been a death in my family, and I actually predicted that last week. In last week's weekly, if you watched it, I did predict, or somebody had passed away and there was a death in my family. So I came back and we had the death right after I came back. So there's been a lot going on in my world, and yes, and my son's getting ready for her summer trip, and I'm going through a whole bunch of big changes myself. But anyway, lots of things are going on, guys, and I'm pretty sure lots of things are going on in your world. But we're going to look into what the Archangels want us to know for this week, what guidance we have, all right? Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadians, Sirians, please reveal to us for our highest good. What messages do the Archangels have for us? Jesus, Mary, Magdalene, Mother Mary, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. If anybody likes the group Toto, on Friday, Straight No Chaser released a mini album, or it's like a compilation of 3 songs called, the title is Escape. And they have 3 different, well, there's one called Toto. There's a line, they did a compilation of Toto songs, and it has 2 other songs from other 80s groups in there. Are the other ones 80s? Yes. Anyway, I found that this morning before my meditation, and I've been loving it to death. Anyway, I've got Toto on the brain. But anyway, we have the Judgment card, guys. It's Judgment Day again. You know who you are. If you're hearing that beeping noise, I bet you just fell out of your chair. I'm going to say something. The cargo van that I drove, it was a budget cargo van. It made the loudest beep in the history of backup beeps. I don't know what they're called, but you know what I'm talking about. Some of you just heard that. That's a huge sign for me. A huge sign. That doesn't happen every day. Okay? Oh my God. Anyway, Judgment Day. Okay? So, okay, guys, I heard something about Saturn here, all right? So Saturn is going retrograde this week. I know for me, when Saturn goes retrograde, I feel it physically, and I need to ground. This is a big thing for a lot of you to prepare to start really grounding, doing some grounding exercises. Literally put your feet in the grass, put your feet in the sand, put your feet in a lake. I don't know what it is that you do. This is physical touching of the earth this week, okay? Because Saturn's coming around and doing his checks, okay? Have you learned your lessons? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Have you moved up a level? Are you still in the same place that you were in last year? Are you, maybe not physically, but something about, are you heeding the call? Because Judgment, the shadow side of Judgment is not learning your karmic lessons, not learning your life's lessons, all right? Being stagnant and kind of avoiding, no, I really don't want to change for the better. No, I'm being called to do this, I'm being called to do that, and I'm afraid. I don't want to do it. It's change. I'm afraid of change. Everything's going to shift. And, we all know that change is a only constant in the world, right? But it helps us grow, learn, and evolve. It helps us to prepare for the next best thing. And usually what we want, these bigger, better things, we have to, I'm hearing eliminate waste, okay? I'm hearing it's more of eliminating these past life burdens, or these nuances, or these patterns that we keep repeating that we need to let go of if we want to reach our goals, if we want to achieve what it is that our heart's desiring, okay? So if you look in this this tarot, this deck here with the Judgment card, you see these people in these bubbles. They're not happy, are they? They're like, my life is miserable. I'm stuck in a bubble. I have no way out. I'm like, I really don't like what I'm doing. I'm getting a lot of messages right now. There's some people here who are depressed. We got that 5 of Cups last week. There's something that some of you, you're still hanging your head over something, or you're still having a hard time coming out of the darkness, okay? Now, this is not to judge you, obviously. I'm not judging anybody, you know, and I know it's hard. There's some people who go through very severe depression, and it gets to me, right? Because I'm a very big empath, and I've never been through something like that. I've been pretty saddened every now and again, but for me, in my lifetime here, I never really suffered from severe depression. I don't even think I ever had like straight on depression ever. And I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody. I probably went through that in past lifetimes, okay? But the point here being is, I'm getting that depression energy again because I'm looking at this guy, these people in here that they're still in the bubble, and this guy too. He's not even looking up at this guy. This guy's blaring the conch shell. He's like, hey, you can free yourselves. So they think that they can't get themselves out of the bubble, but look at everybody else. They broke through, okay? They're like, I hear you, God. I hear this. It's like, I can get out of this. Now, look, I'm not a clinical physician. I'm not a professional psychologist, but look, I get the guidance from God here, all right? So I'm being told God is calling you to do something that you love to do, something that lights you up, something that sparks you. This is your mission. Everyone here has a mission, okay? And whatever capacity, it could be music, it could be writing, it could be teaching, it could be, you know, something with children. Whatever this is, you guys feel it in your heart of hearts, okay? And whatever it is that you just don't feel comfortable in, you just don't feel lively in, it's not meant for you. God did not say anywhere that life was meant to be lived in the bubble, that life was meant to be miserable, that life was meant to be depressing. Absolutely not. That's what the devil wants you to think. That's what society wants you to think. Oh, you can't live that dream. You can't pursue your heart's desires. You're not going to pay the bills with that. Look, let me tell you, okay? Whether it pays the bills or not, it doesn't matter. Your happiness is more important than money, okay? Because if your energy is tanking and it's that low, you are out of alignment with what it is that you're really wanting in life, which includes paying the bills. But here's the thing, God does miraculous ways in paying your bills, right? You can have other people helping you out. There's something about receptivity here, receiving help from other people, okay? This could also be about you asking for help, or you're being called, or somebody's calling you, hey, or telling you, go get help. Go get this. For me, because it's judgment, it's a major arcana, guys. This is going to God for help, for first and foremost, okay? Now I'm feeling like this, wow, I'm feeling disoriented. Like there's this thing in my head and it's kind of overtaking me in a little bit. I feel like a little bit nauseous, or somebody's getting a migraine, or somebody's getting a headache, or somebody has the tendency to get headaches here. Okay, I'm feeling that very strongly. But there's like an overtake of the emotions, overtake of the body with these strong, saddened energies, all right? But look. There are mermaids coming out of this guy, just like, oh, wait. I'm not stuck. I'm not in this bubble. I don't need to conform to society. If God's calling me to do this, and I know that I can live my life better, I'm gonna do it. And some of you may be in very difficult circumstances, but look, they're here to teach you for a reason. You're going through these struggles, these battles, whatever this is, to help you realize you can break free of this. And you may have to have a conversation with yourself, guys, and say, am I going to stay in this bubble or not? Am I going to stay in this dark energy or not? Now, look, What I say, accept the feelings, you process them, and then you purge them. You have to let these things out. You can't keep these things in. Nobody's gonna judge you. God isn't gonna judge you if you feel like, man, I don't feel great today. God, I feel depressed. God, I'm not happy with where I'm at. God's like, I know, I see it. But I'm calling you to go here. I'm calling you to go there. I'm calling you to leave that job. I'm calling you to leave that relationship. I'm calling you to leave what doesn't serve you. And some of you are afraid of getting out of that, breaking out of that bubble, because it's your comfort zone. It's the only world you've ever known. And you're afraid that when you do that, when you follow your life's purpose, you follow what God is calling you to do, whatever this is, that people are going to judge you. Guess what? You got to leave that alone. There will be people who judge you. I'm one of them. Okay? When I followed what God told me to do, and everyone's like, what the hell are you doing? And yeah, it was scary. But I wasn't happy with where I was at. Especially in my career, I kept dealing with the same shit. God's like, I don't want that for you, Jess. And I was afraid to leave, right? I had an awesome salary. I had a way of living. And I said, God, how am I going to pay the bills? And let me tell you, God has been providing for the past couple of years or more. I think I'm approaching 3 years since I left my job. I say this a lot. You don't see me on the streets. By the grace of God, I'm not in my car. And I know some people who followed God's calling, they ended up having to live in a car. Okay? But God still provided for them. I've seen people go through this. Sure, I say this a lot. It's not where I wanted to be, but I'm protected. I have food. I have shelter. I took a shower earlier today. I'm still able to do this, which is why God put me where I'm at, so I can still do my calling, my life's purpose, and helping others and raising up others from the dead. This is a resurrection card. Okay? This is helping other people to follow their purpose, to follow their calling by my example. And no, your journey is not like mine. I understand that. Your lessons are not my lessons. But they're all very similar. If you've been drawn to me, they're all very similar in some capacity. There's a common denominator here. And the common denominator is following God's calling. Like I said, we all have a mission. Okay? This is heeding that call and not worrying about being judged, because at the end of the day, God is the only one who can judge anyone who's going out there saying they're a Christian or they're like of the divine and they're high vibrational and they're judging people. That is a huge contradiction there. Christ didn't judge, Jesus didn't judge, Mary Magdalene didn't judge. God is the only one who does. And we are God within, so we have no right to be judging others because we don't understand what they're going through, okay? We're not judging the people who are depressed, and yeah, it's a sad thing, and I'm not judging those people either because, there have been times where I've been low. We all go through low moments. There's nothing wrong with that. But the thing here is we do have a choice. It's like, are we going to stay in this or not? Because there were times when I was like really down and out. This was a while ago. And I prayed to God, like, what do I do? And he's like, you can get yourself out of this, Jess. You choose to be happy. And God says, you know what it is that I'm calling you to do? You need to trust me with this. And ever since I left that life, I left that career, I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'm more at peace than I've ever been. I have no worry, no stress, no fear, no nothing. Why? Because I am always going to God first. Seek thee first the kingdom of God. When you're that aligned with God, like everything starts to flow into place. Everything starts working out in your favor. Like judgments against you, God will come in and win those court cases for you. God will come in and win those battles. Or people who are casting judgment or something about settlements or whatever, God's going to take care of it. This is another indication for some of you. Whatever judgment's been placed upon you, it's been cleared. It's going to be cleared. But you need to believe in that. You need to trust that God can do that for you in miraculous ways. He will lift those burdens, and you have to give him those burdens for him to lift them off of you. It's not the other way around. God, I give this to you. I see 10 of Wands with this. God, I need you to help me to find peace, but you also have to work with God on this. You have to, I got to give this to you. I got to give this to you. I don't want to be sad anymore. I want to be depressed anymore. I don't want to be in this state. I give it to you. Let God carry it, but he's asking you to be the one to break through that bubble. He did it. He did it. She did it. All those other ones, they've been able to do it, but these other ones are not looking at God. They're not even looking up here. They're thinking, there's no way I'm going to be judged. There's no way. I don't think I can do it. There's no way. I'm afraid of what happens in the end. Be in the present moment. Okay? In the bottom of the deck, for some of you, this is career. It's the Knight of Pentacles. This is earth energy. Okay? This is what it is that you really value. What is really important to you? Is it money or your happiness? This is a thing that it really, really affects a lot of the collective. Some people put money ahead of their happiness. If that's what you're doing, again, there's no judgment again, but ask yourself, why do you do that? Are you afraid of not paying the bills? Are you afraid of not having food to eat? Having a roof over your head? If you've been seeing my journey, look where I ended up. This backyard's way better than what I had in Rockville, and I had no backyard. I had no front yard. I gained something. I don't have to worry about the rent. I don't have to worry about all these other things, and it's just me and my son. But I still have to do what God's asked me to do. And sure, I'm still kind of like been praying. I've been thanking God for being able to live in my own place again. But God's like, what's more important, Jess? You following what I called you to do, or you focusing on the money of what you're doing with your business and your calling? I talked about those goals, those aspirations, right? Your energies have a lot to do with achieving those things. It's all about vibrational alignment. Are you in vibrational alignment with what it is that you're trying to call in? Are you trusting God with this? Are you allowing yourself to give these burdens, this sadness, this turmoil, whatever this is, to God and let him handle it? Right? The bottom of the deck is the Knight of Pentacles, and this is kind of like, this is a change in career. You know that there's something more out there, and this person's got a notebook with like a branch pen or whatever, pencil, however you want to look at it, writing down notes, jotting down things. Maybe some of you need to journal your emotions, journal down what it is that you really want, write a gratitude list, whatever this is for you. What goals do I want to achieve? What do I want to accomplish in life? What really makes me happy? What is it that's really of value? Am I really liking this job? For some of you, it's a big ass no, and you know it. Some of you have strong earth in your chart, and there's something about Taurus season that made you start to realize, or around Taurus season, which was like, we're in Gemini season, so last season. So about, what is it, May-ish time frame, end of March, no, end of April into May, something happened for some of you. You started to realize you're not happy with something in a relationship, in a job, whatever, and you're kind of like, I really do not like being here. For some of you, this is indicating this is now a great time to start thinking about what it is that you really want to do in life, buckling down and getting things done, and having renewed hope that you will make it out of this, that you can have that career that you want, you can pursue those things that you're being called to do. The Pentacles is about money. You will have that stability and security, but remember, that stability and security is going to come from God, and it's going to come from other sources. Not straight from your job, your career. This is what God wants a lot of us to understand. God is your only source and supply. Yes, you got to do the hard work. Yes, you got to be diligent and persevere. I talked about being stuck. You're not stuck. You're only stuck if you allow yourself to not pursue your happiness. You're only stuck if you feel like there's no end in sight. It's been too long. It's too slow. I don't think I'm going to get there. But there is some sort of liberation here. There is some sort of ending to bring about a new beginning. There's a significant phase in your life that is ending with this, and a new one is beginning. God is like, the death of this, you're being resurrected. Some of you, you're being elevated. You're being exalted to move into the next phase of your mission. Some of you, I've been getting this for quite some time. Some of you, your mission is changing. So if you felt like nothing's been going on and you've been like, okay, it's been a long time, God, I'm not really getting there. I don't know where the money's coming in, or I don't see anything changing. That's because God has been preparing you. He's been building the stamina, the perseverance, the diligence within you. Are you going to stick to what it is that I've instilled in you? Are you going to stick to what it is that I've blessed you with? Are you going to continue to follow your calling no matter how long it takes to reach the end goal, to reach completion is what I'm hearing about. Are you following through with the guidance that God has given you, the guidance that other people have given you, maybe from me, maybe from other people, a counselor, something like that? Are you doing the work? Are you learning your lessons? If somebody has guided you to wake up, they said, hey, wake up, you need to do this, or not need to. This is your guidance. This is what you're being called to do. This is what will help you with this. Are you following through with it? Because the shadow side of the Knight of Pentacles is he breaks his promises, and he also falls through the cracks. And again, that's not to be mean, because again, the shadow side Knight of Pentacles is he doesn't finish what he starts. This is too hard. It's too much work. I don't see any end in sight. I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not at the promised land. I don't see the money coming in. Like, what gives, God? It's like, throw in the towel. You've been working so hard on something, and then you just stop doing it. And others of you, it's about your mission, your calling, or doing the inner work. You guys know what this is. You guys are smart. There's something about Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in here. Either this is you, that's your energy, or that's you're dealing with somebody like that. But there's something about your earth placements that they're poorly aspected, or there's some very harsh transits with where your Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn are. And I'm getting strong Saturn energy in one of those houses, okay? Could be Saturn in Taurus, Saturn in Capricorn, Saturn in Virgo. And earth is what it is that you value. Taurus season was there to teach us that. Do you value money over happiness? Do you value status over happiness? Do you value your house over your own happiness? Do you value your job, your title, your car? Those are material things that can be replaced. I'll give you an example. There was a box of really nice clothes that I had when I was working in my previous career, and those clothes were cheap, okay? I don't know where it went, because when I went to Virginia to retrieve the rest of my stuff, it was gone. Either I left it in my house in Rockville, or something happened, or maybe by some crazy thing, God literally made the box disappear. And I said, man, I had all these really nice dressy clothes in there. I don't have that box. It wasn't there when I was packing my stuff. And you know what God said to me? Jess, those clothes can be replaced. I even had my Divine Masculine during meditation this morning. When I telepathically talked to him, he said, Jess, those are just things. They're clothes. They could be replaced. But the person who was accompanying me on my drive down from Virginia with my stuff said the same thing. She said, Jess, those could be replaced. I said, yeah, all of them, they're all correct. Am I going to be all poopy pants and saddened that I don't have those box of super nice dress clothes in there? God knows what else was in there? Or am I going to start to realize, look where I'm at right now? I have my happiness. I'm in excellent health. And I have way less now than what I did for the past 20 years. That should say a lot to a lot of you. My happiness is way more important. And if people are going to come in to try to disrupt that, no, that's not going to make me happy right now. No, that's going to get me out of alignment. I don't really want to do that. I have every right to say no. I have every right to walk away. And I'm not going to worry about being judged. Oh, they didn't want to come along. Oh, they didn't want to do this. Oh, whatever. No. I'm not letting any judgments against myself or from other people affect my joy, my happiness, my calling, my mission work. I have a mission to do. God says, I put you here for a reason. If these things don't align with your purpose, if they don't align with your mission, they don't align with your calling, what I've told you to do, you do not do it. And you don't start saying, oh God, I don't know, I feel guilty, I feel bad, I should be doing that. If it does not align with your purpose, do not do it. If it does not make you happy, do not do it. I can't tell you enough, guys. We do not realize that God intended for us to be happy, to be joyful, to live life the way it was intended to live. And we're not doing that because of what we think, how other people perceive us, and how other people are judging us. God is the only entity that can place judgment on anyone in anything. And if you are beating yourself up, if you're judging yourself about something, it needs to end. There's no need for that. Okay? Maybe you're judging yourself because you were working hard on a plan, on a goal, on an offer, and you didn't present it. You didn't take it. You didn't do something with it. You fell through. You stopped in your tracks. Maybe there's a little bit of stubbornness here. Maybe some of you, it's like a little bit of stubbornness is kind of holding you back, or whatever it is, or having you not finish what you started. Don't judge yourself. And don't be judging other people for taking too long, or not finishing what they started, or not complying with something that you've asked them to do. I don't know where that came from. Don't judge them for being stubborn either. Especially if somebody's been taking a long time to heal, especially if they're going through a hard time, going through depression, going through like a lot of stuff. They're being pulled in all different directions. No one has any right to judge that person. This could also be someone who may not be really diligent or knowledgeable with money. Okay? Somebody who doesn't plan things out or something like that. Do you know that people who have those issues, it's in their chart? Saturn in earth signs. It's either with the money thing or something about just not learning their lessons, about not being happy with jobs. It could be anything. But if there's you're casting judgment, or you're casting judgment upon yourself, or judgment on other people with regards to them not being responsible with money, not being responsible with things of the material possessions or tangible things, again, who are you to judge? Well, that's kind of scary. I'm getting a phone call. And I had my phone on Do Not Disturb. Give me a minute. I'm freaking out right now because of what just happened. Anyway. Sometimes it's karma. Has anybody ever realized the karma that we come in with in this world? And sometimes when it comes to money or jobs or something, we're paying our karma. Alright? We all deal with karma. All of us. There's not one person who's exempt. Even Jesus Christ had karma. Even Mary Magdalene had karma. That may be a surprise for some of you, but that's what I was just told. If you're judging other people for being slow, for being irresponsible with money, for jumping from job to job to job, being stubborn, whatever this is, you're actually adding more karma to yourself because of those judgments. That's not a divine place to come from. It's not a Christian thing to do. It's not a Christ-like thing to do. It's not a godly thing to do, to judge. Because these people are dealing with karma. These people are dealing with difficult placements in their earth signs, and they're going to be ending up learning their lessons. Okay. My Saturn is in the second house of Virgo. I've got other things in there that led to my issue with finding value in material things when things started to spiral out of control. And I used to feel guilty about it. And I bet you $1 million people would judge me. No, it's not a great thing. But I got my karma. And God says, okay, Jess, I need you to follow what I've called you to do. Let's see if you listen. Let's see if you can live life without those things. Let's see if you can live life without that salary. And what I think I've been able to accomplish, I've done it. And it's been a long time coming. I've been diligent. I've been dedicated. I've been sticking to my mission work, even when I feel like giving up. Even when I felt like there was no end in sight. I'm here for a purpose. I'm not here to make money. I'm here to exalt people, to resurrect people, to help them with their calling, to help them to heal, to help them to grow, learn, and evolve, to inspire them, to motivate them, to drive them to their purpose, to find their happiness. That's what I'm here for. And it's the same for a lot of you. We are not supposed to be of the 3D world. We're just supposed to be living in it. And we have every right to live a life of bliss, happiness, joy, contentment, worry-free, fear-free, pain-free. All of that shit does not have to exist. But it starts with us. Thank you, Morning Dove, for that confirmation. So again, going back to somebody kind of judging themselves for, like, I don't know if this is going to work out, if I make this offer, if I change this career, if I go through with this. Don't beat yourself up. Don't judge yourself. I'm getting like a masculine energy. They've been heeding the call. They've been hearing the call. God's been telling them to go, to take action. But the thing is, they were making sure that they were fully ready, because this Knight of Pentacles it comes up in my weeklies every now and again. And it's coming up again. This person's like, I gotta get this right. If I'm gonna come in with this offer, there's no turning back. This is the Knight that doesn't fuck up. He crosses all of his T's and dots his I's. He's very thorough. He's very diligent. He's very hardworking. He's like, puts in a lot of detail into something. Somebody's been planning something for a very long time. But it's because this person wants to get the date right, the setting right, the environment right, the plane, the dress, the outfit, the ring. Wow, this is like an engagement, something about a surprise engagement or whatever. This person wants to make sure everything is near perfect. This person also had to wait for something, Taurus season to end, or something about waiting for spring to end, or summer to end, or school to end, or some get out of a job first, or switch jobs first before doing this. And I've said this time and time again, I would rather have somebody take their time than come back in and not be fully ready to go. I would rather have somebody who's very thorough, who's very articulate, who pays attention to detail, who is responsible, who is trustworthy, who is honest and open. And for some people, whoever you're dealing with, it took them a long time to embody and integrate those qualities into their everyday lives, because there's hard aspects in their charts that they needed to learn from that they didn't have. Because some of them were focused on money, some of them were focused on career and titles and houses and cars. They started to realize that's not what life is about. I need to work on that. And God said, I'm allowing this person to take all the time that they need to make sure that they are ready for what is next. Ready for mission, ready for their next calling, their next phase in their journey. Because it's a big one. Okay. There's somebody here who's like, I want to get this right. I don't want to fuck this up. Because before, somebody would come into your life, this is not going to be for everybody, and they thought they were ready, and they would make an offer of some sort, and then they were like, oh shit, I'm not ready yet. I missed something. Oh no, I still have healing to do. Oh, I'm still judging myself. I'm still judging the person. I'm still judging whatever. I feel like I haven't learned something yet fully. We want people to take their time to learn their lessons, guys. Everyone's on a different journey. Everyone's on a different path. We are not all on the same race, per se. We all don't have the same lessons to learn. And some people have bigger, harder, more difficult lessons to learn than we do. And we have to have the patience to allow them to live their lives and to learn their lessons and to be on their journey to their calling. There's no rush here. Slow and steady wins the race. Again, gosh, this quote keeps coming up, guys. Lao Tzu. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. You don't want a half-ass baked cake. Okay? You don't want to go to a hair salon and then they start blow drying half your hair. So I'm sorry, I don't have any patience for this. I can't finish your hair. That actually happened to me one time. I have very thick hair. This was a long time ago. And the person literally said, I don't have patience for this. I don't have the strength. I'm sorry, I can't finish your hair. And I walked out of the hair salon with half of my hair blow dried and the other hair that was wet and curly. I had to finish the job on my own. You don't want that. You don't want that person to do that either. So you take all the time you need. You allow the person to take all the time they need. You don't want to be planting an apple seed and expecting the apples to grow and you're like, okay, cool. Or you go to the apples and they're very tart and they're very bitter because you couldn't wait to pluck them. Whatever the word is. You see what I'm saying? Nature is such a huge teacher. Just why I talked about grounding. Being out in nature and looking at what God does. And I said this before in one of my lives. That tree behind me, where is it? It's over there. One day there were no leaves on it. The next day it was freaking green, like it was green the entire time. God knows when the tree is ready. God knows when somebody's learned their lessons. God knows when somebody's ready. And if you can't be patient about things, there's still some work that needs to be done. Ask yourself, why do you need to rush something? There's coming from fear for some of you. There's a fear of judgment. There's a fear of something. Last week, what are you worried about? Your worry is unnecessary. The fear is unnecessary. Some of you, you're still wanting to rush something because you're thinking the time is ticking, your biological clock is ticking, whatever this is. This is according to God's plan, not yours. And if God says something isn't ready yet, then it is not ready yet. You put that cake in the oven. You got to set it for what, an hour, whatever the hell. Go do something else while you're waiting for the cake to be fully baked. And we all know that baking a cake, depending on what it is, depending on the elevation, depending on the stove that you have, they're going to have different finishing times. But at the end of the day, as long as you stay diligent, as long as you stay dedicated, focus on goals one step at a time, you will get to where you are wanting to be. But that's going to take some time. And don't judge yourself because you took too much time. There is no such thing as too much time. There's no such thing as being too late. Because, again, God knows when something is supposed to transpire, supposed to manifest, supposed to be ready. God has control over the timing of everything. You need to trust the timing. There's also, again, something about money coming in. Again, others of you, you need to spend more time in nature and start learning from nature here and connecting with it and looking how nothing is rushing, nothing's competing with each other. Everything's taking its sweet time for a reason. So there's something about moving to a rural area for somebody. There's a big change here. There's also money coming in, or somebody is coming in to provide financial stability for you. Or you're going to get a big raise or a big promotion, or you're changing careers, or your mission's changing, and now the money's coming in. But there's something about somebody is helping you with your finances. Somebody who's very good with money, somebody who's accumulated a lot of wealth. Someone who's patient, takes their time, very hardworking, very trustworthy, very honest is coming towards you. They're coming with an offer, a very solid, stable offer of commitment. They're not going anywhere. They're going to be there for the long run because they're ready for this change. They're ready for this new beginning. And others of you who stayed diligent and patient as all hell, you're coming into some significant rewards for having a tremendous amount of faith and patience. Thank you, God, for that confirmation. The time is now for a completely new life, a completely new beginning, because of what you've done for a very long time. You stayed the course. You continue to pursue your happiness. You continue to stay in alignment with what it was that was with your purpose, with your calling. It was slow. It took a long time to get here, but you've arrived. I'm hearing for some of you, you've arrived. For those of you who put in the very arduous, hard work, but you stayed dedicated, very dedicated and loyal to God and to your mission, to your students, to your clients, to whatever it is, your projects, your goals. You have arrived. Very significant rewards are on their way. So let's see what guidance we have for you. Guidance that we have for this collective, Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadians, Sirians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Lean into the light, which ties into what doesn't serve your purpose. You should no longer be choosing or aligning yourself, because you're not in alignment if you're choosing something that has nothing to do with your purpose, your calling. This is also forgiveness. Yes. Some of you still have issues with forgiveness. And again, you can't have everything your heart's desires if your heart is bittered and angered and saddened about something. It's not in vibrational alignment. Some of you are being called to forgive. Forgive yourselves. Forgive other people. There's somebody here who's really, they feel pretty bad about taking so long, but now being there for somebody with all the stuff that they went through when God told them, hey, it's time for you to go. It's time for you to go. I don't know, God. Am I really ready? Well, are you doing the work? Are you trusting yourself? Are you trusting me? So somebody here is kind of a little bit saddened because they couldn't forgive themselves for speaking up or forgiving themselves for making that offer when they had it planned out or something along those lines. Not leaving the job, not leaving the relationship. God's forgiven you already. For whoever this is for, you've already been forgiven. You were forgiven from day one. Don't pass judgment against yourself for not doing something or taking too long or whatever this is for you. You know what this is. Lean more into the light. Lean more into God's love. Give those burdens and those judgments or whatever to God. Choose the light, not the dark. You can honor the dark within you because we have dark, but you're learning to transmute that dark into light. Follow what brings you happiness. Follow what God is telling you to do. And you know what this is. Things will be brighter. Things will be happier. Things will feel more free. There's liberation. There's freedom here. There's resurrection. You will be able to free yourself as long as you just take action. This is taking action. But this is kind of like trusting in yourself with taking that action. But this is also trusting yourself that when you break out of this, you will come more into alignment with your purpose and more in alignment with God being in that light. Some of you literally need to get more sunlight. And look, what did I tell you? Connect with nature. You can't make it up, guys. This person's all about nature. I know for me, like this past week, I wasn't really able to connect with nature that much because I had to move my stuff down from Virginia, and now there's stuff going on with, death in the family and everything. But hey, I got a message yesterday. God was telling me to do divine feminine check-ins for myself after I did one for a client. And God's like, okay, where am I at? What do I really need to focus on my self-care? And I got the Connect with Earth card because God knew I haven't really connected with Earth all week. It's been a very busy week for me. And I did the reading. I'm doing the reading outside. I got to go back out there in nature and connect and have a meeting with God. And again, when you connect with nature, you start to see that, quote, nature doesn't hurry, yet everything's accomplished. This is a very accomplished person. This person doesn't go anywhere. You know what's after that? The Justice card. Libra energy. Someone may have taken a long time to do the right thing, to speak up, to speak their truth, to balance the scales. Others of you may have taken a long time to do the same. There's big karmic lessons here. Doing the honorable thing. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Do the honorable thing, folks. Do what is right for you. That is what this means. And for those of you with legal battles, everything's going to work out fine. If there's a divorce looming or you want to file for divorce or something, don't feel guilty, because if you've broken apart, you guys aren't on the same page, your person wants to do this and you want to do that, and you don't see eye to eye, there's nothing wrong with that. That happened with my ex-husband. I don't judge him for anything. I don't blame him for the divorce. I don't blame myself. There's nobody to blame. It's just that it didn't work. That marriage was for me to learn some serious lessons about myself, more about my ex-husband. I still love him. It's not the same type romantically, but I can't pass any judgment on him. I had an idea of what he went through in his childhood, and how am I supposed to judge him for that? For what happened in our marriage? That is not a divine feminine thing to do. And I can't judge myself for my mistakes too. When I started to feel out of place, I didn't feel loved, I didn't feel worthy, whatever it was, and then I went to material things to make me feel like I was somebody. I can't judge myself for that either. It's part of God's plan, guys. We all have these things. We do stupid things. We do things that they're not considered as like the right thing to do. But they're all lessons to be learned. Not one of us has a lesson to be learned. Not one of us has done things. Not one of us has done something that wasn't dumb. Forgive yourself, those people, for those dumb things. Whatever this is. For those things are just like, yeah, that wasn't really the smartest thing to do, but I learned from it. It's like everything that I've learned. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. But God wants us to see what happens when he takes away things. Are we going to beat ourselves up for it? Are we going to go back to repeating the same patterns? Are we going to continue to not learn our life's lessons? If you were called to do something and you didn't do it, again, you had a choice. You had a significant choice to make. Some of you made the choice, some of you didn't. Either way, it doesn't matter. Scratch it. You made the choice. It may end up being the choice for your highest good, but look, we all do it. Do not judge yourself for that. Do not judge other people for not making that decision or whatever it is. You move on. This is moving on. It's like, no, I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm having renewed faith and renewed hope. The world is not over for me. Life is not over for me. This is a second chance card. There is somebody coming in with an offer, and part of that offer deals with a second chance here. They want to start things over with you. So if you're the masculine watching this, lean into the light. Don't pass judgment because you took so long. You may have already had a telepathic conversation with your feminine, and you may have told her this already, or him in the physical. I mean, okay, in the 5D. I'm sorry it took so long. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you for this, and this. God told me, hey, this is your time to come in. You've been given the second chance. Take the opportunity. And some of the masculines didn't. That's okay. Because God's like, okay, we got some more work to do. God gives us second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth chances, guys. He does. I know he's given me plenty of those. So somebody here is like, I got to lean more into the light. I got to stay in that light, hold the light, trust the light, be in the light. I got to realize that everything takes its time. Good things take time, everybody. I definitely, and I've learned a lot with observing nature and God and connecting with God and nature and God telling me all these things. And me being able to communicate as well as I do with my person telepathically. Patience is a virtue. And when God sees this, he will bless you, reward you significantly, which is what some of you are coming into very soon. Because something's about to ground here. Something's about to come into the physical. It's a completely new life for some of you, completely new beginning. And again, there's somebody here whose your mission's changing. It's like God's also relocating you to some place where you're more surrounded by nature. Something about you're not going to be in a neighborhood where all the houses are close together. It's like you're going to have acreage, and you're going to be this one house, and you're going to have 2 acres of land, and then the next house is like 3 miles out or something like that, where it's just your house, and you have all of this land so that you're fully surrounded by nature. You may even be living by water, because this night's by water, and they're in the water in this card, okay? So there's something about being by land and water, but you're going to be more, because this is about moving to a more rural place. There's something about you're going to be having a lot more open space where you're really, really surrounded by nature, okay? But again, the guidance for others is connect with nature. Look what's after that. Be honest with yourself. Do something creative. And do not assume. Let me do that again, because I don't think it got... Look, connect with nature, right? Be honest with yourself. What did I say? Honesty and trustworthiness. Some of you are like, be honest with yourself. Are you really impatient? If that's the case, check your chart. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just something you need to work on. Okay? That's all it is. Do something creative. Do not assume. Okay? For whatever reason, there's something about somebody who's been very irresponsible with money or with jobs, or like jumping from job to job, or just frivolously spending things, not learning their lessons with money or job placement, or not finding the right career, or just picking a career just for money or for status or for titles. With that, do not assume that that person's in the wrong, or that they're greedy or something, or they don't have it right in the head, because somebody's dealing with some other stuff. Okay, be very careful with judging. Again, there's a strong energy with judging people. Be very careful with doing that. You don't know the whole story, and if you don't know the whole story, you have no right to judge. You don't. God's the only one who knows everything. And maybe there are some people that God grants that access to where they know everything too. But they will keep that hush-hush. Let go of this. Let go of the need to be right. Let go of judgments. Let go of the lack of forgiveness. A meeting with God is overdue. What was I saying? See, this is one of my clients, who's also a Capella member of mine, gave me this self-care deck. Spend time with nature, with animals. This was my card last night, connect with nature. And I knew it was coming because I had been gone for I was very busy all this week, and I gotta get back to basics. All right, let's see what your self-care tip is for this week, guys. And the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who takes very good care of their health and their well-being. Knight of Pentacles is all about physical health, okay? When he is good to go, health-wise, he's happy as a lark. So let's see what healthcare tip do we have for this week. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Clean your space. Maybe you need to literally clean your space. Do some cleaning, wax on, wax off. I don't know, clean the windows, clean the floors, clean your bathroom. There's also energetic space, but look what's at the bottom of the deck. Clean your energy field. This is aura cleansing. I'm actually going to be doing that. Now they're telling me I'm probably going to be doing a reading for YouTube with that this week. I'm also going to be doing personal readings with that. Maybe you have a tattoo on your back. If you do, this is a very huge message for you. Sage the house. Sage your room. Sage yourself, or Palo Santo, or something like that. Spray lemon scented something in the room or around, or whatever. Clean with lemon products. I don't know. That's what I'm getting. Maybe clean your car, clean your desk, clean something. But also clean your energy field. And for those of you who are being exalted, you're leveling, you've moved up a level in your mission work, in your journey. You're being asked, you're upping the ante with connecting more with nature. Grounding is going to be very important going from here on out. You're being asked to connect with nature and ground every day as much as possible, in whatever way, shape, or form, okay? Because that's going to help to clear your energy, all right? Because something big is coming in for something. If there's a new life, it's a huge reward that's coming in. God's like, it's judgment day. Let's see who's learned their lessons. Let's see who's ready to go. Let's see who's ready for the next level, who's ready for the next episode, right? Dr. Dre. What's up, Dr. Dre? Clear it. Clear it. Get some chakra healing done. I offer that. I'm having my last few weeks at 10% off of my individual readings and my packages. The coupon codes are in the description box. You can sign up for a Capella membership. I also talk about how to clear your energy fields with that. Well, I'm going to start doing some of that stuff more. Okay? We're coming into some big transits, and the enemy knows who's coming into big things or knows where you're headed. A lot of every one of you watching this, whether you resonate with this other stuff or not, again, you got to be honest with yourself. Everyone is being asked to do this. Clear space, clear your energies. And those of you whose missions are changing, you're really going to have to do more clearing of your energy field, because you're going to get more opposition. You're also going to be dealing with more people who have heavier energies. Okay? Look what's underneath the clear your energy field. Some of you need to start doing spiritual practices, if you haven't done it already, on a consistent basis. This is not one day here, one day there. And even when I was gone, I couldn't do my walks, but I was still connecting with God in some way, shape, or form. Okay? Burning bowl ritual. Write down those things that are angering you, or those things that you can't forgive yourself about, or those things that you can't forgive others. Write it down. Let it all freaking out. Whatever it is. Burn it. Drown it. Bury it in the earth. Look what it says. To let go. Do you see that? It's right there. What do you need to let go of? Money? Judgments? Not being able to forgive? Putting other things first as opposed to your happiness, whatever that is? Write it down. Burn it. Set it on fire. You know what's at the top of the deck? I love this. Start doing a beauty ritual. Okay? I've been starting to do that again. Take one day out of the week. Go get yourself a pedicure and manicure, or you give yourself a pedicure and manicure. And I know I gotta redo mine too, because it's been a week. My toes are good for now. That's part of energy clearing, if you didn't already know. Right? I still got Toto in my head. All right, we're gonna get some messages from my masculine oracle deck. Spoken words. If you don't have this deck already, I highly recommend that you add this to your collection of decks. They're still available for sale. The link for that is in the description box below. Once I get my other deck into production, I will have a bundle available. Let's see what the Masculine Collective wants to say, or what your inner masculine wants to say, because remember, this is also for your inner masculine, okay? You know what's funny? They're reminding me about the whole judgment thing. Like, my hair got wet when I was moving myself out of the van, and I'm like, oh, my hair's starting to frizz out again, and it's hot, and my hair is naturally curly, so any humidity, any rain or anything, if it gets wet, it starts to frizz out. So I was trying to fix it, and I'm looking at myself in the mirror, and it was, this part of my hair was kind of like frizzy or whatever, and I said, whatever, I don't care if people are going to judge me with my hair, whatever, what I'm wearing, and something like that. I was like, I just got to go do my work, right? I got a mission to fulfill. My hair doesn't matter, as long as I look presentable, right? Holy Spirit, please and thank you. I now understand the purpose in this connection. Well, that has to do with this for some of the Masculine Collective. Lessons learned, doing the honorable thing. The purpose of this connection, learning to be patient, to stop being stubborn, to stop being right, or trying to be the one who's right all the time. Who knows? It could be a lot of things. To stop something about lack of follow through, to not finish what they start. I'm stuck. I can't get out of this. I'm like, yeah, I can do this. I gotta have hope. I gotta take accountability for my life's actions, for my life's choices, right? Again, we make stupid choices. I've done it before. But I said, I gotta own up to that shit. Okay, Jess, let's go do something different. Let's understand the purpose and why I had to go through what I went through. What am I learning? How am I growing? How am I getting better? How am I aligning more with God and my purpose? What brings me happiness? What doesn't? It's not just your masculine understanding the purpose and the connection. It's you understanding the purpose in your life here and your connection with God. This is why this deck is so powerful, because it's not just about messages from your person, because we all have masculine energy. Bottom of the deck is, my love for you is way deeper and intense than you think it is. Things aren't always what they seem. Look closer. See? Don't assume, everybody. Especially if your masculine's taken a long time, there's a lot of work that masculine needs to do. As I said, I would rather have my person be completely healed before he comes back around for the final time. And I'm allowing him to take all the time that he needs, because I know it's not easy for him. It was a little bit easier for me, but I know for a fact, and with what God was generous enough to reveal to me, he had to take longer to heal. And I'm totally okay with that. More lessons to learn. Right? Remember, the masculine's journey is not the same as ours. The length of time it takes for them to heal is never the same as the length of time it takes for the feminine to heal. It's never like that, guys. That's not how this works. And this is a huge test of patience for the feminine, too. Are you going to rush those trees to bloom? Absolutely not. You can't rush somebody's journey either, because God is in control of that, not you. We can't control when the seasons change. We can't control when somebody's done the healing or how they're going to do the healing. That's between them and God. Top of the deck, send me a telepathic message. Some of you have been telepathically communicating with your person. I'm also hearing that your person is receiving your telepathic messages. Some of you need to work more on telepathy with your person. If you would like some assistance with that, I am more than willing to help you. But a lot of that has to do with this. Having the energies completely cleared. And this also deals with people who are surrounding you, people who you interact with. Okay? So again, you need help with telepathy, let me know. You have amazing eyes. This tends to come up every now and again. Thank you. I knew it. I wish I would have told you how I felt when I had the chance. Yep. At the top of the deck, all those chances that they had, right? Lack of follow through. I didn't do it. I didn't make the offer. I had a plan, and I didn't follow through the plan. The plan could have been to tell you how they felt, and God gave them chance and chance and chance. Hey, I'm telling you, go talk to the feminine, or go after the job, or go leave this thing, or go do this. It depends, right? But this is more of the masculine collective. It could also be you, okay? I should have told my boss, look, here's what it is. I'm not happy. I'm not dealing with your bullshit. I'm leaving. Whatever. Some spouse, some person, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, I don't know, a family member. Look, I'm done with this. I'm tired of you treating me this way. I'm tired of you judging me. It could be that for some of you. Some of you may need to put your foot down and have some balls and say, I'm not tolerating these judgments, or you assuming things of me. Okay? But there's a masculine here, a masculine collective here is saying, with that Knight of Pentacles, with the judgment, God kept telling him, hey, this is your opportunity, and maybe they took the opportunity. This is your time to tell them how they feel, or tell them, offer, make them the offer, whatever, and they did it, but then they stopped. They fell through. They didn't finish what they started, and then they went back to square one. But it looks like God's doing it again. Here's the opportunity again. Don't judge yourself. I know I told you to do something. You had a hard time. Okay, let's do some more work. But now it seems that for some of the masculine collective, God's giving them like yet another chance here. And maybe the feminine's already given the chance to the masculine. I've channeled this before. And now God, this person's like, okay, I can't beat myself up for not making the offer, for not doing the whatever it is, not taking action. But every time this person didn't do what they set out to do, they learned a huge lesson about themselves, about God, about you, and made them stronger. They actually, and they had a plan, and they ended up revising the plan. They ended up realizing, oh, let me add this, let me add that. Oh, I have more time for this. Okay, so now I can do this, right? Now I can add this to the plan. Now I can add this little detail. I can add this to the offer. Because it looks like there's somebody who's coming in. There's a masculine coming in. They're making you multiple offers of something. They have a lot of gifts for you is what I'm being told. Okay? There is your guidance. That is what the archangels, Jesus, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, God wanted you guys to know for this week. We got a very interesting week this week. We got Mercury in Gemini already. We've got, no, that's next week. Venus is in Leo now. The next 5 months. We got a lot of nice things coming on. If you're wondering about the astrology of this, you can get a membership with the astrology benefit in the membership, or you can purchase the weekly astrology subscription that I have on its own if you feel you just want the astrology. If you didn't know already, I have revamped my memberships, my paid Capella memberships. You can download the free app and be a free member and get some guidance from me every now and again. Check out the members and stuff, but all the other exclusive, amazing stuff that's in there to help you with your spiritual growth and to help you get through what you're going through and on your journey. That's for the paid members. If you want to check out the different tiers, go to capellawellness.com and click on Capella memberships. You can look at all the different tiers there. I'm also having surprise bonus things in some of the memberships. Some of the memberships have coaching too, okay? There's that. If those of you are leveling up, if you're moving on to the next level in your journey and your mission, you're also being called to upgrade the membership or start working towards working with a mentor or spiritual teacher, especially if you're being called to do it, okay? I can't force you to do it, but there's a calling to do that, all right? To work with a spiritual teacher, spiritual mentor, to upgrade your membership, to get a membership, a paid one. Some of you may have free ones right now, and you're being called to, okay, now I'm ready to invest in an actual paid membership. If God's calling you to do it, this is your opportunity, okay? It's well worth the investment. Go ask anybody who's part of my Capella circle, right? If you have any questions about anything, please let me know. I am doing the coaching. I am doing the personal reading still, healing sessions. The memberships are great. The packages are a great way to save money if you want multiple readings. You can still get 10% off of that package too up until June 21st to get an additional discount off of the discount that's already included if you order a package. Packages usually include 3 or more readings in them. You can go to capellawellness.com, click on, I think the hamburger menu has Capella tarot packages. If you look at the description box below, there's a link to take you straight there, right? All the coupon codes are in the description. If you have anything to ask me, do so. You can even download the free app and you can directly send me messages there. You can chat with me there. You can ask me quick questions about stuff. And when I am able to, when I'm guided to, I will answer you with the chat, okay? It's a lot easier than email. It's a lot easier than putting something in the comments. You can put something in the comments too. If you want to put something in the comments, that'd be great. If you want to share, like, share, and subscribe, go ahead and do so. All right? It would really help the channel. It would really help this message go out to more people who need to hear it, because this is truth coming in at its finest. Okay? Again, the truth right behind the Knight of Pentacles. All right? I don't sugarcoat things. I don't tiptoe around the tulips. I say it like it is. Otherwise, I'm not doing my job. All right? So I really do hope this helped you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to illuminate the lights up button. Don't forget to illuminate, leading to the light, the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It would really, really mean a lot. And those of you who are already doing this, thank you so much for supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot, because knowing me with this Knight of Pentacles, it has been challenging for me to continue to do this. All right? So if you want for me to continue giving this raw guidance from a raw person, I would really, really appreciate more support and from all angles, from all sides. All right? To include, if you want to work with me, there are tiers that are very affordable. There are readings that are affordable. I have a 10-minute reading that's pretty cheap. Okay, if you want some quick 10-minute guidance or something, you can get a lot from those minutes, and sometimes I go a little bit over. So go through my Capella service suite at capellawellness.com. There's different readings there, but there are some that are more affordable if you're interested in just trying to test the waters or whatever it is you want to do. All right? Thank you guys. I love you with the love of Christ. Have a fantastic weekend. Don't forget to do something for yourself. Clear your energies, people. Clear, 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 clear. Connect with nature. God has a lot of messages for you out there, and pay attention to the animals that you see. All right? Have a fantastic week. God willing, I will see you in the next one. This is Jess from Capella Wellness, starring out. I'm not going to do my thing. I'm just going to go click off. But anyway, thank you. See you next time. Bye.